If I have a word to describe man, I would consider him as a thinking mind. In other words, that his consciousness is basically a thinking consciousness. But then man appears to forget one most important element, that within himself, within this thinking consciousness, there is another. It's not a consciousness. I call it the one presence, the soul. And it's important that we relate to our soul. But let's first begin to talk about the thinking mind. What exactly is a thinking mind? It is a kind of consciousness that recognizes the world by thinking. And using our thinking mind, we draw a picture of ourselves. And all that we know of ourselves is a picture. Our thinking mind is accumulated with a memory. We accumulate these thoughts throughout our years. And as a result of thinking, whatever we understand ourselves is only a sight knowledge. And our basic resource for this thinking is information, knowledge that we learn from books, knowledge that we learn from experiences in life. We keep thinking, and as a result of which we have many, many questions. We have so many questions about it, and we don't know where to start. The greatest problem of the thinking mind is that it doesn't think of itself. What happens is that you know about everything, but one thing you don't know is yourself. It is a drawing, and whatever you know is your drawing. But who is the drawer? Do you know the drawer? The answer to this question is your enlightenment. The man himself is the thinking mind, and everything you see of this world is part of the thinking mind. But only within yourself is the soul, the presence. And this soul is inside the thinking mind, but yet the soul is connected to an infinity, far greater than we can ever conceive or think in our mind. And this is a basic problem. The problem is that our presence is within us, and all that we are thinking is only external in our thinking mind. So how are we going to reach the presence within us? Thinking is not the solution, because whatever you think is only the thinking mind. To discover infinity, you must relate with the presence. Therein lies the greatest illusion. Our thinking mind is creating an illusion of this world, and we don't really know. The presence is a true reality, but we are not connected to the presence. And because of that, our thinking mind is creating illusions after illusions. Let me explain. The worst illusion is our illusion of the other person. You see, our thinking mind develops an idea of the other party, right? So what we do is that as we develop the idea of the other party, we begin to judge the other party, even as we judge ourselves. So the thinking mind creates an idea of the world that isn't really true, but as we keep judging and judging, what would happen? Let me draw to illustrate to you. How do we relate to a world which we create in our own mind? The truth is that we cannot. We cannot really relate with our imagination, and the result is pure anger. You get frustrated with everyone else. Why? Because everyone is thinking differently from you. Gosh, it's just imagination, and therefore the thinking world never stops fighting with each other. But what if you were able to relate with your soul? This is what will happen. As you judge your fellow man, you begin to realize that whatever is him is also your own thinking. You begin to realize that there's some kind of imagination going on in your mind. You can see that because your soul is looking at your thinking. And because of your awareness of your soul, together with your thinking, you can correct your thinking and find a place in this world.